Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Long Drink, and I'm going to be starting a new series today. So, here we have Pillars of Eternity. I've seen a little bit about this game. It's like a real-time RPG, and kind of in the spirit of like Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale or those kinds of games. I never really played these. Uh, they looked really good. I've watched a lot of watched a lot of gameplay, and I've watched a lot of uh, let's plays and different things like that of those games, and thought they were really cool, and wanted to play them. And then Pillars of Eternity came along, and I saw that this is that plus more, and it's just amazing. I've already spent about probably 8 or 9 hours playing this on other characters, and I enjoy it so much. I can see myself sinking a lot of time into it, so I wanted to go on ahead and start sharing a series with you. Now, this game is made by Obsidian and Paradox. Both of them have made plenty of cool games, and this was actually done as a Kickstarter project. And they had something to the tune of like 77,000 people that backed it and helped make this possible. And so far, from what I can see, this is probably the best Kickstarter project of all eternity. It's something special. So, in this first video, we're going to just go ahead and do some intro and do some character creation, and then we'll actually get into the gameplay. Now, I am new to these, so I don't want to go too deep into it as far as like difficulty. But what I did want to do for this series, because I've been playing and it's not been too bad. I've died a couple times, but I'm really getting the hang of it. I think I've gotten to the hang of it enough now that I can probably get through it, the bulk of it, fairly unscathed. So I'm actually, even though it's going to be on easy this time, I am going to run this as a Trial of Iron, which is basically, for anyone that's not familiar with this, it's hardcore. No quick saves. I have one save file, and then if the player dies, then file's deleted, and I have to start again. And I can't change it. So I want to make this real. This is gonna be for real. So it may happen that I die and this is over. If that's the case, I'll probably just start over with somebody else. If I do that, I'll probably start with a different class, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, I'm gonna do easy Trial of Iron, and I'll let the game speak for itself for now. So please enjoy. The loading screen. Please enjoy the loading screen. Priests are dedicated support spellcasters. Though their spells often have limited range, they almost always affect a group and can provide myriad bonuses. Keep that in mind. It may be helpful later.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern is only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright, here we are. So, for the sake of expediency, I pretty much know exactly what I'm going to play, because it's what I made before. It's the second one I made. I really was enjoying it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, I'm going to play... I like playing female characters. If you're going to be staring at it for this long, it should be something you like looking at. So, I'm going to make a female. And we've got all these different... We've got these 6 different races that all have their own, you know, pros and cons, just like any game. And I am going to make an elf. A pale elf. The difference between the two being that the wood elves get bonuses to accuracy and deflection and reflex, which accuracy is, you know, basically to hit, you know, hit or crit. Deflection is basically blocking, melee and ranged. And reflex, they all pretty much follow exactly what you would think. You know, reflex is dodging. But I kind of liked the idea of having the burn and freeze damage, plus I just like the way that the Pale Elf looks. So we'll see. I mean, this may or may not be an actual, you know, bonus. It may be a boon. It may be a hindrance later on. We'll find out. It is unclear exactly how long ago the Pale Elves, Glamfellan, came to the southern polar regions of the world, but they have lived there for at least 12,000 years, based on their continuous contact with Almaua traders. I really am not sure how to say that, so Almaua is how it's going to be. They appear to be among the most stationary ethnic groups in the known world, migrating within the polar region, but seldom venturing far north. They are rare in all northern lands, and most people consider them exotic, if they have seen one at all. But I kind of like that idea, too. With the class, you got 11 classes here, you know, your fighter classes, your casters, and, you know, and your ranger, rogue, kind of, you know, dexterity-based classes. But I'm going to be the Cypher. I kind of was enjoying playing the Cypher, which is kind of like a soul warrior. You know, likes to fight, but also uses spells. They call them Brishalgwyn Mind Hunters. A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, Cyphers were once called Brishalgwyn Mind Hunters by the Glenfanthins. Cyphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate other person's souls and psyche, using an ally's or enemy's essence as the focus for their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. So, I think that this is going to present some interesting challenges, but it's going to be fun to play, and I think it'll be satisfying. For the different spells, the ones I'm going to start with... Alright, and we are back. AVG decided to give a pop-up and totally shut down Fraps, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, as I was saying, we are going to, for our powers, we have 2 different ones that we're going to take. These are all kind of cool. The antipathetic field was pretty neat. That was something that I was using a decent amount. Also, the Ice Strike and the Mind Wave were the two that I really enjoyed. The Ice Strike is used to daze and blind, and then it has like a radius, like it has a specific one that it blinds and dazes versus a Fortitude save, and then on the AOE, there's a, what is it, like 1.5 meters, it'll blind. Those numbers mean nothing to me, but they show the circle in the game, so that's something that matters. But they'll be blinded for 10 seconds, which, that sounds great to me, whenever I'm going to be fighting multiple foes. And then the Mind Wave, which is raw damage, which raw damage is just goes straight through all of the damage resistances, and it's a pushback. Knock them prone, and it's fast. So that seemed like that was pretty useful in the fights. Now we're going to use those, and then we're going to take lots of intellect, and then we're going to take some extra might, probably more than half of that in might, and then we'll take the rest in dexterity. We might even bump up. No, because we like the action. The action speed is going to be nice. And then for the culture, the different cultures also give you boosts to different attributes. And since intelligence, intellect is so important for this class, we're going to go ahead and use the Old Valia culture. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, Old Valia is now the crumbled remnants of an empire of warring merchant nations. Counting many humans and dwarves among their ranks, the Old Valian countries are still forces to be reckoned with, and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. Alright. And now you also have backgrounds that you can choose, and the different backgrounds have other skills that they actually boost that'll help you out. Like lore is it's miscellaneous trivia, and different topics that you have that you know about, and it also helps you in using scrolls, which I haven't really used much in the way of scrolls yet. But the lore has helped out in just in regular conversation. Survival, stealth, and mechanics, which is like, traps and locks, which seems fairly useful as well. I'm going to be an artiste, because that, I play music, I do, I make pictures, I write, I do a lot of stuff anyways, so this feels kind of natural for me to choose. Plus I like having the extra lore boost. And then we are going to make, let's see here, these are probably good. We'll just, there we go. And we'll stick with the green skin. And get the vaguely matching picture.
What is it? Now I am leader of the group.
Hmm? Follow me.
The better part of valor.
No.
Eh? I've got this. Let's go!
Time to see and not be seen.
Eh? I've got this. Let us end this!
Silence surrounds
No.
me. Well, now I am leader of the group.
Ooh.
A blade in the dark. Well,
See, she sounds kind of bitchy. And I think she looks kind of bitchy. So I think that's going to work. And long drink won't work for her, so we're going to go for a drink Keta? I think that's... Long drink Keta. Alright, and now we are ready to get into it. Alright, so here we are in the Gilded Vale. Waiting for the game to get itself going. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hill.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odima looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Alright, well, let's see here. So, where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Oh, so there might be something up there.
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business.
Huh.
And not if the weather holds up.
There's concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. Well, what kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowik, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
That doesn't sound too good. What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground? That's a good question. I mean, look at it, it's like big, huge pillars of, like, emeralds shooting straight out the ground. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from?
No.
Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Huh.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
That sounds interesting. It sounds like that would make a badass weapon, given the right circumstances. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll try and do that if it's, I don't care if it is evil or not. I kind of want to do that. Well, I guess I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some spring berries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Wonder if this is the night that Phil Collins sang about.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Alright.
What is it?
Well, let's, minimize those tutorials and close them all out, because we don't need them right now. So now, the first thing we want to do is these tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within.
I'll take care of it.
Alright, so the first thing we want to do is
Anyone need supplies?
find these
I've got
berries.
sundries for sale.
Actually, let's make sure that we are properly equipped. So, we've got our two weapons for Drinketta. And then Kalisha has her torch and her battle axe, and she's got some armor. We have better armor than her. We got 9, she's got 7, but we're both fucking ready for any scrap that comes along. So let's go ahead and start looking for these berries. And who's this? No, it's old Sparfil.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
He seems like the nice type. Let's see. So what do we got going on over here? Well, here we have a stream. And you will notice that Sparfil is not near the stream, much as we'd like him to be there so he could get us some water to help us get better. Let's see what's over here. Got some burned lady. That's not what we're looking for.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Alright. Oh, and here we go. Our first real fight. So, while I'm thinking about it, I want to go on ahead and set these hotkeys. Alright, so first thing we want to do is, well, let's get old Kalisha to come in here and knock this wolf over. And then
What's
we're
your
gonna
name?
move over here,
As you wish.
and now we're going to blind it. Get blinded.
No prisoners!
And we have a dead wolf. Suck it. Oh, okay. Oh.
What is it?
And what do we get? A wolf hide. Well, we'll take it. The nice thing in this game is that you can pretty much put everything in your stash. Once your bags are full, it'll just start dumping everything in your stash. So there's no real worry as far as like how much you can carry. Even though I do tend to purge a lot just to get the money. Alright, what do we have here? Spring berries. Lovely. Word is you're some kind of artist. That so? More of a performer, really. Yeah? How is it you happen to come here? I was terrible. I'll never be able to perform for my home crowd again. Some things just aren't in the stars, and there's no changing it. Makes you wonder if the gods like putting us in situations that can't be resolved, just to see what we'd do. Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Radric's offer makes a girl think, I'll give him that. You here to settle, like the rest of the lot? It's a hard offer to pass up. You won't find many offers like it in these parts, believe me. Got some big plan in store? Yeah. Getting filthy rich. A woman after my own heart. May your luck be better than mine. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odimo will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out. That's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ishamiro. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Odima I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rawatai, and another in Aedir. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. Alright. We should get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Alright, that sounds good. Sparfle did seem kind of like a little bit of a jerk. See if we can't find a little extra loot along the way. Anything else up here? Nope. This path winds through a narrow canyon, back the way you came.
We shouldn't stray too far.
Yeah, you're probably right. So let's head down here. The top. Oh. Well, I guess he actually did go get the water. Well, let's go see about it. To the stream! To the stream, boys! Sparfle! Hey, Sparfle, where you at, boy? You down here? Hello? Hello? No? Oh. What we got here? Got some armor and a lockpick. We'll take that. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark-crusted blood stain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Well, that doesn't look like Sparfle. So, let's look around a little bit more. Sparfle! Hello! Old Sparfle, where you at?
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
Alright, well, let's grab that. Oh. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfle?
Kalisha
Are you
frowns.
all right?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good.
Ambush!
Oh! Time to beat these motherfuckers. Alright, so let's see, what do we got here? Got a hunter and a hunter. Okay. Well, we're going ahead and get Kalisha. This guy's closer, we're going to get her to knock him over. And this guy's a little bit farther away, so maybe we have time to hit him with an eye strike and blind him. There we go. Oh. Alright. Go ahead and get
Still alive.
knock him over.
I need something sharper.
Alright. Here, we'll help her do that. For now. Yeah. That's right. Beat that guy up. He's almost dead. Alright, good. Now
Bring
let's
them down.
move over here. And let's hit this guy with a mind wave. Knock him over. It didn't knock him over, but did some damage, and that's good. Alright.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Not before I take this guy's stuff. And this guy's stuff, too. Take his lunch money. Is there anything else over here? Let's just run around and look real quick. You know, I mean, we've got one life to do this. We want to try and make the most of it. And oh, we got a bottle right here. What is that? Beer. Always time for beer. Alright, we need to get back. So let's head across the bridge and see if we can figure out what's happening over here at the camp. Oh. We got an archer. We definitely want to blind strike this guy. Eye strike him. And see if we can knock him. Oh, see if we can knock him over. Went ahead and get Drinketta up in here. Ooh.
So much for you.
Beat that guy up. Suck it. Man, you hit like a girl. Alright. Now let's go ahead and... Oh. Oh no. No, they're all dead. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stand above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heoden. the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Aer Glanfeth. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us. Let's see. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you are worshippers of Gallowin. If Gallowin told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Heoden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. And what of Gallowin's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Gallowin would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did. Just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Heoden the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Alright. It's time to beat this motherfucker down. Alright, so Heoden, I'm going ahead and hotkey that blinding strike, and we'll get him to go ahead and sucker punch this guy. And as we are always want to do, while he's blinded, we're going to go in and knock him down. And I think we're going to go ahead and just attack with her, get her in close, so that we can maybe try and hit both of them with that cone of mind wave. Let's move over here. And drop that in there. Move back. Fall back.
So
Nope.
much for you.
Okay. There we go. Well, I balls that up pretty good. Let's see. There we go. Okay, now we can hit both of them. It's a lot of a lot of maneuvering to just to hit these guys. But we did just, wow, we just killed both of them in one shot. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good. Good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom slashed across chest and bowel, Odima's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy, before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Heoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Heoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Heoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind, from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Well, we need to help him. We helped him once. There's no reason to let him fall behind. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Heoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Heoden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Heoden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. And into the ruins we go. Gotten away from the Buick and safely inside.
Was that?
A Buick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Alright. Well, we made it inside. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. This is a good stopping point. When we come back, we will go on ahead and start exploring the ruins and see what we can find in here and see if we can, I don't know, find a safe place to get to. Hopefully we don't get busted up by looters or anything worse. So, thanks for joining me in the beginning of this Pillars of Eternity. My name is Long Drink. If you'd like to see more of this, if you want to keep up with the series, feel free to subscribe. If you like this video, drop a like, drop me a comment, and let's talk about Pillars. I'm really excited about this, and I look forward to bringing you some more. So until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you then. Bye.